it keep it going. Yeah,
What's
Lay Ill Kid
up?
at OneYoungsta, holding it down, bringing that StreetGeek and Nerd Soul. What is up, my people? Today we got another wonderful episode of Loungin with Nerd Soul and
Marqueeda LaStar. What's
yo,
going on?
yo, man, she doing big things, yo, big things. You know, she doing events. She killing it. She killing it. We gonna get into that later, but right now, you know, we've got tons of stuff that went down in the week. We got to get to. Thank you for rolling through.
Right.
Hit that thumbs up. Share this stream to yo folks so we can get into the business. I know you were talking about Emmys off.
Yeah, the Emmys is like the most oldest news. It was all on Monday.
Yeah, because we do our shows on Sunday.
Right, so. Exactly. And you know, we're not trying to give Emmy too much, pump up because they invited us to the party, and then
we was like
party, and then
we was like
but what's cool on now. Awarding Black excellence. It was not about that.
Yeah, so we was just like,
we good. We know that was a better show, but all right, y'all do what y'all usually do.
Yeah, it's
we
like,
good.
Look,
I guess
man,
being in the room, we should be honored.
Yeah, look, I'm gonna say this about the Emmys. The only thing that stood out to me about the Emmys, because I mean, technically, the whole Katt Williams stuff kind of fell out of the Emmys,
right?
Sort of. But how did Atlanta not get a win for Teddy Perkins?
That was my thing.
Y'all robbed him.
Right.
Yo.
And we all wanted to see that acceptance speech too because Teddy Perkins was in the building.
Teddy Perkins was
ready. I wanted to see it. I hate the Emmys for not letting it happen. We gonna blame you forevermore. That would have been a great television moment. That would have took you had that just happened.
That would have been so meta.
Exactly. I would have been so cool with the rest of the trash they did for the rest of the show. Because it was rough watching Michael Che and the Josh, whatever his name from Saturday Night Live.
Was it, it's not Josh Gad.
It's something.
Yeah, but it wasn't that cool.
Yeah.
But, y'all hurt me. Y'all hurt my soul. Y'all know we do the show. Y'all know we do the reaction for Atlanta.
Exactly.
What's up with you?
We could have came through and killed that hosting act. We really could have made it real.
Holla at us.
Exactly. Help us help you.
Thank you.
Level up.
Oh boy.
But anyway, I did want to bring up good news with it is that Kenan Thompson, for his 15 years of work at Saturday Night Live, it pains me to know that he's been there that long. And just no love from award shows or anything like that. And I feel like he's one of the more consistent cast members.
Yeah, definitely.
I got a skit that is like Black Jeopardy.
Yeah.
And What's Up With That? It's and I know what's going to happen in What's Up With That, but it's still funny. I laugh so hard every time. And then the way they've been throwing curveballs now is to have the audience kind of come up with their own reaction because a lot of times they're like, what's happening? And then they had they had the mafia guys Joe Pepsi? No, something. I used to know.
Joe Piscopo.
Yeah, Joe Piscopo.
Yeah. Joe Pesci. Sorry.
Joe Pesci. Okay.
Yeah.
Joe Pesci.
Pesci. Yeah.
Pesci.
Yeah.
And then what's the other guy? I don't believe I'm having such a brain fart on these guys because my dad loves gangster movies.
It has to be Joe Pesci, Robert De Niro.
Robert De Niro was the other guy. Yeah. And so they're on this thing, and he's like, what are you doing? What you have been doing? He bigged up on him and he got really nervous. And then I like how he still King's character still swerved the gangsta and went into it. He just curved it. It was
man.
I'm getting into the song. I don't care what you say.
Even last week when you showed me that sketch that they did based on the Netflix documentary of the religious people or whatever,
right.
And Kenan being like, "Yo, I was just trying to have sex." Yo, man,
it was so good.
Kenan's deserved it. He's been in the game for a little while. Big shout out to Alan Lewis and Max Evans. Max, I saw that comment about Teddy Perkins stands. We are not Teddy Perkins stands. The episode is just great. He said, Teddy Perkins stands, I love your tears. So he's like, look, check it. All right, we're not stands. If it's just good, it's good.
It's good.
Yo, the Teddy Perkins episode was probably better than, let's say, 95% of TV.
It was
in the
better
last
than all
year.
the nominees.
Yup, it sure was. Like, come on, look, don't let you trying to let a brother not be great. Once again, this is second week. You trying to let somebody not be great.
Right.
Max, I'm telling. All right.
Look, your contrarian ways will not bode well here.
Yeah, I see you.
We gonna accept you. You can continue to come to the cookout, but we'll still give you the smoke.
Yeah, because now you don't want Donald Glover or Teddy Perkins to be great. There's two people.
Our Tiffany Haddish, remember he was with
oh,
Katt. He was
oh man! You know what? Now since we're talking about Tiffany Haddish, last week we talked about Katt Williams on a radio show where there was tons of fallout. There was, Kevin Hart had something to say. Tiffany responded with
Kevin
just love.
Hart was really upset about it. And he went on the Breakfast Club recently with Tiffany Haddish. No, and everything he had to say was very solid. He came with facts and really pushed back at Katt Williams, like, "Oh, you got facts? Well, I got facts," and broke Katt Williams down. Like,
see, I didn't watch that because I've been off of Breakfast Club for a minute.
Right. Well, I watched it because
Charlemagne.
of who was on it. Like sometimes I watch them because they managed to get people that other people aren't interviewing, and they have interviews where they allow those people, especially if they got, even if they don't have the strongest personalities, they still you get more information out of them. I said, the Breakfast Club could be a bit trash. I'm just gonna say it. Breakfast Club
is super trash in many ways.
Exactly.
But it's like it's weird because
they can have these
all know it's trash, but there's nothing else
competing with them.
Yeah, there's nothing else.
You could be less trash.
You know what?
Give good interviews.
Look, y'all donate. We gonna get a third and a fourth member. All right, we gonna do more than the Breakfast Club. All right, Breakfast Club plus one.
Exactly.
All right? And then we gonna have our own studio. Bringing in people is gonna be even sweeter.
And have these really
it's gonna be a dinner club.
Their interviews is sometimes the questions and I pretend like I don't know what you're talking about when just last week I was talking about the exact thing. It had the opposite. The wishy-washy, like, I'm gonna be timid when I need to launch into this. I'm gonna have trash people on my show and then act buddy with them. Or I'm going to try to attack people who have a strong message. Like, I still don't appreciate what they did to Janet Mock and all that stuff like that. Like,
what they do?
Charlemagne was giving her this, and then Envy sat up there and Angie, we don't know what's going on, asking her look, she is a trans woman. Why did you invite her onto your show if you're going to act complete ass?
Well, here's the thing. When I left was the Amara interview. Where they were acting like they didn't know what colorism was. I was like, all right, you know what?
Right.
And they were acting like colorism. Like A, they didn't know what colorism was, and B, they didn't know that it existed outside of America.
That was just.
So I was just like, bruh. I was like, and then that whole Charlemagne stuff. Then I was just like, yeah, I'm out. We out. Yeah. But there's been some fallout. Katt Williams, he said things that's reverberated around the community. And yesterday, your girl Leslie Jones weighed in.
Right.
And she,
That's what the thing is. Everybody's coming with these facts, and then everybody's like, "You can look this stuff up."
Yo,
look this stuff up.
She was like, "Keep your name out your mouth."
They're saying that he's trolling. I don't know how this is trolling because I feel like we supported. Like I say what I said last time, or what I've been saying all through the week. I said, despite everything that Katt's been going through with his drug abuse and and acting out and getting arrested and having you fighting little boys and stuff like that, people have been quick to forgive him. Yeah. For the most part, there's some people who are like, nah, I can't mess with Katt Williams. True. However, I've always asked is like, yo, Katt, get your shit together and be great. I just want him to give that energy back to people. Yeah. And that's pretty much what Kevin Hart was saying. He's like, this is what I'm doing for all the people under me. What are you doing for all the people that you wanted to put on who was pretty much in your crew? Like, what are you doing to build up the community? He was challenging him on that. You could come out here and be funny as hell and talk all this shit, but what work are you doing to build and help others rise? Yeah, that's all he was doing. He was giving
and seeing Leslie Jones come in on it, and it's been a lot of fire. And what I wanted to touch on is, since everybody's been firing all kinds of stuff, Paul Mooney came out and was like, as Godfather, you know, why don't you guys get together and create a channel like Oprah did, where you own your comedy, like you own. So it's like, we don't have to go to SNL, or we don't have to go to Netflix, or we don't have to go to whatever. That. Why don't we? Because if you look at our largest comedians, some people might say they don't have the money. If you don't have the money, they definitely have the cultural relevance and the power to do it. They have, like, say if you could get a truce between, like, say, Kevin Hart, Katt Williams, Kenan Thompson, Leslie Jones, Tiffany Haddish, a couple of other folks, like maybe Corey Holcomb, like some other cats that come through and be like, all right, let's build our own thing. You know what I'm saying? Wanda Sykes, Jamie Foxx, like, some of the larger names would be like, let's have our own comedy channel. All right, look, I'm not the name person. I'm just saying, for now, for the sake of argument, comedy channel. And now we own our own space. We have our own comedy club or building where, we can bring up cats and let them practice their craft, and we can put out our own specials, because you got live streaming or whatever, and you can put it on I don't know, YouTube or Twitch, or make your own thing, have your own servers. Like, you can do this without all this infighting. And because it seems kind of like very hip-hop beefish, if you think about it.
Yeah, I think I told Max that this wasn't hip hop. He first was getting at me about it.
Eon said he's just some crazy uncle or crackhead on the bus. I just can't take him seriously. And big shout out to Eon in the chat. Big shout out. What up? Katt Williams is a living legend. Kevin Hart is a coon. Tiffany Haddish is a hack. Leslie is a staple prop on a dying show.
You have to provide receipts.
I stand with Katt Williams as
Where
always.
Where are your receipts, my guy?
Kunta.
How is he a hack when he's doing the work? That's why we can't be great, because y'all praise people who aren't doing the work. You think he's a cool dude, and he's trifling as you are right now. It's like, where's Katt doing the work? Where's all these receipts for the work he's doing? If he's such a great guy, I just need links to things that Katt's doing to better even just the comedy community. That's all I need. I just need a few receipts. Yeah, if you don't come at me with all these grand plans.
Because comedians are coming out saying that, dude, you ain't did all this.
That. So, you know what I'm saying? And it's not just Kevin Hart. You're going to have more people saying, hey, Katt isn't doing all that he's saying what he's doing. We trying to be quiet, but he keep running his mouth. So you gonna back up your boy?
And I don't know when to start, because I remember the one I told you, there was an interview way back where he was talking about how he put Terry Crews on, and how he put Mike Epps on, and how he put all these people around when they were talking about like Friday
Crews,
and stuff.
like, if you put Terry Crews on, that dude would be forever thankful for you, because that's his whole thing. Like, he's being the sweet,
Terry Crews has always been
guy.
Really cool.
So why hasn't he ever mentioned you, like, in a thank you speech or anything like that? I got a question. That dude thanks everybody.
Yo, man.
I got questions.
So
but we gonna ignore facts.
We gonna leave.
Some of us are.
I will say this to Max Evans. All right, Katt Williams. I don't know if I'd say he's a living legend. I know he is.
He's so funny. I know why he's saying
Katt Williams is extremely funny. He's
so funny.
And he always brings 100% whenever he hits stage.
Last one was so, but I enjoy his special.
But I'll say this: Kevin Hart, I wouldn't consider. It's weird. We have to define what we're considering cooning. I'm not the biggest fan of everything Kevin Hart does, but I don't know if I would consider him a coon.
Is like you're like selling out your own people.
Yeah,
but he has receipts on how he's helping other black people.
Yeah. So I don't know
how is he a coon? You have to find a different word, whatever you're trying to express, because Kevin Hart has flaws, but coon isn't one of them. You got. I'm not going to help you win your argument.
I don't know. I
know what you're getting at, but coon means you're betraying your own. He's doing the exact opposite. All he does is put us on.
Yeah, so I wouldn't see that. I wouldn't see what he's doing as cooning. Does he?
You're gonna have to come up with that word on your own.
Does he try to? Well, I do see him trying to go like the softer, more all ages route. but that doesn't mean that you're cooning, really.
There's many people who are like, well, I want my comedy to be that way.
Yeah, that's why I said I wouldn't consider that cooning. I don't think that has to be a hallmark of black comedy. Yes, a lot of black comedy is raunchy. The people who have went the farthest. You know what did it? Def Jam did that to us. Def Jam did it to where it's like, well, yeah, but in the newer,
and Red Fox.
Yeah, but I'm just saying in the newer, newer lexicon, Def Jam was like, this is black comedy.
Eddie Murphy with Delirious and Raw, both of those. Yeah. Like, I think there is this culture. This is a part of our comedy, but you know. Bill, I will still put Bill Cosby out there because while his acts were atrocious, if we're talking about his comedy was of the clean kind.
Yeah.
And he became a legend off of clean comedy. So it is possible.
And Sinbad.
I love Sinbad.
And Sinbad is funny. Sinbad
is very funny. Yeah. I've seen those specials, laugh my ass off as a little kid, not even.
And he's a funny interview too.
Exactly. Where he keeps
Sinbad, who watches the show.
But we're not. You're not a sellout because you keep your stuff clean. So I was like, again, the coon, no.
Yeah. Now, Tiffany Haddish being a hack, I don't know if
this is not hip hop. Yeah, you don't have to always write your own rhymes. A lot of comedy people collab and get produced by other comics.
Yeah, like if you look in the credits,
that is not a cultural thing in comedy.
Yeah, even if you look at stand up, you'll see writing credits of other people.
Right.
Because
this is not hip hop.
Even if you're like Max, if you're doing a stand up, even if I help you with one joke, technically I've written a joke in your stand-up, you know what I'm saying? Even if I'm like, man, like you have this great joke, but you don't know how to bring it home, and we're going back and forth. I'm like, oh snap, why don't you say this? Well, guess what? Now I've helped you write a joke. So it's like, and also a lot of people talk about like her acting. Well, everybody uses someone else because there's a writer. There's still an art to bringing that writing to life.
Right.
So yeah,
and a lot of people give her this critique of like her being like, I call her around the way girl. I don't think she's ghetto. I feel like she definitely has moments where she's extremely like she's very gracious.
Yeah.
In her interview, she's super like I would feel like Katt was acting more hood than Tiffany does in her interviews when you compare the two. I feel like she can be she's very gracious. She's like that's her comedy. Like I feel like in the same thing where I didn't think what's everybody's favorite person from Saturday Night Live? He died from a heart attack. Big guy.
Chris Farley.
Yeah, everybody loved Chris Farley, and I didn't like some of his stuff, but I thought he was just over the top. But people love that dude. Did anybody ever get on and say, "Hey, you know, Chris Farley, forget that dude. He just does all this crazy stuff." All the time. No, they let him get his checks. Why are y'all mad at that woman getting her checks?
Yeah,
I don't understand.
And a lot of people are saying like Tiffany Haddish.
Let them like it.
Yeah, and a lot of people are saying Tiffany Haddish only does one thing. Well, watch The Last OG where she plays off type.
Oh, that's true.
She's kind of like the
opposite of all her other ones. I think
watch Last OG. She does she's like the mom, like the corporate mom.
Right, corporate mom. So, she's the responsible person. Yeah, it's actually Morgan, and I liked it because it not Morgan Freeman, what's his name? Tracy Morgan. Got that all flipped. Tracy Morgan, who's the one who's kind of like doing usually what the type of character that Tiffany does. Yeah. Tracy Morgan's doing that character now, where he's like the irresponsible, doing the most kind of person. Yeah, and she's definitely the flip side. And we talked about this before. I remember us talking about this now that we talked about.
Yeah, because Tracy Morgan came out.
Right, when it came out.
And people were talking about how Tiffany Haddish, all she does is like hood stuff, and it's like,
if you're not familiar with all her work, then I guess you can't come and talk all that smoke. Like,
all right, now see, Max says Kevin Hart doesn't paint black men in a good light. He plays roles where we are emasculated, oftentimes by his female counterpart. Now that's something that can be argued. You can say, oh well, but he's also kind of a small stature dude, so that's his comedy. I'm small, like that's his. So I don't know if it's a situation where he's emasculating black men or just playing like I'm small, I'm a little dude, and like
and
everybody like that's his.
I would counter with maybe we should look at the things that because he just announced that he has a new production company and they're going to be creating like I think
word
like series. I don't know if he's doing movies yet, but he has this new production thing. Maybe we should look at the characters that actually produces. Now he has more control. Where he's in a movie, he's like, look, I don't mind doing it. Like there's some comedians like, you will not put me in a dress. I will not play this. I forget those. There's a few of them. There's Chris Rock.
Dave Chappelle said something about it.
Yeah, exactly. And they will not do it, and thus they don't do it. But I'm like, if I think it's kind of funny. I like that somebody who's cool with it, but I also respect somebody who isn't cool with it.
Yeah.
I think the power about getting away from it is that we don't have to do it.
Yeah.
Not every character is like that.
Yeah.
You know, we have all these different characters except for this one character. People are always like, well, no, you can only be this one thing.
Yeah.
Because we're in the new era now. And if you do that, then we not messing with you. And I'm like, really? We're not fighting for freedom. Like, I often make that fight when it comes to, like, say, women and feminism. I fight for your right to choose whether you want to stay at home or go into the office.
Yeah.
I'm fighting for the right to choose. Not saying one's better than the other.
Yeah.
But you can be all these things. I'm fighting for us to have the freedom to be carefree and do all these things, not be beholden or limited to one or the other.
Yeah.
And us judging each other on whatever our grind is.
Yeah. Oh, big shout out to the chat. Hassan, nice to see you here. Glad you're up in the spot. So, all right, cool. Max Evans says Katt Williams is just as short as Kevin, but he projects power, whereas Kevin shows codependency.
Really?
I'll argue this.
No.
I've said this.
He's that character.
No, hold on.
He doesn't do that.
I'll say this. We need, especially as men, we need to stop confusing aggression and power. Those are two different things. They look similar, but they're not the same. I see Katt Williams as being very aggressive. He's always aggressive. He always has to come at someone. He always has to look like the bigger dog. He always has to jump on you or, like, you know, shout at you or whatever. Power doesn't always need to do that.
Okay, I will say though, when Friday we got to do by his testicles, I was here for that. I thought it was so
Where
funny.
was your antennas? He's funny. He's always been funny. Like, even when Katt Williams, when he was on Wildin' Out, I think when he did Judge Mo Dollars, like, that was funny. Even small skits like that. But I don't think, when I see Katt Williams, I see someone who's aggressive. You know, always, like, especially at least personal, like when he's at Target messing with folks, when he's on an interview, or when he's fighting little kids. I see someone who's more aggressive than standing in his own power. You don't always have to, you know, go at someone verbally or go someone physically to show that you're powerful. Sometimes it's the discipline inside of your power and the restraint thereof that makes you powerful. Katt Williams doesn't strike me as someone who's powerful, but, you know, well, that's something we can go back and forth on. But we got some subtweet stuff that I want to go through.
Oh yeah, let's go through the subtweet stuff. Does everybody know what subtweeting is?
Okay. So subtweeting is like when you're using Twitter and you, instead of linking someone to the actual say the site or the article,
instead of adding somebody.
Yeah, it's like you just take a picture of it and put it in, so you don't have to be giving them no love.
Why I bring that up is I feel like we need to do more of it, because the whole idea of trolling was brought up with Katt Williams. I feel like Katt Williams, I don't mind if Katt Williams get on and get some shine. I just want him to stop attacking people. I don't mind talking about him, but the other people we subtweet. Like, no, we can mention okay, so you want to do the Angela Bassett?
Yeah.
So,
because I'm gonna subtweet the people.
Okay, so
but I'm like, Angela's cool.
Oh, right. Well, I'm going to go on and name it because I want us to do like an exercise.
Okay, cool.
The New York Times, and don't go in and look up the New York Times. You can go to the Gringo, which is black, has mostly, but I don't know if it's black.
Oh yeah.
But it definitely has like a lot of black writers.
Is it Grio.com or thegrio.com?
Thegrio.com.
All right, cool. Yeah.
You can go to The Root. I know some people don't like The Root because
The root is here with me.
Exactly.
It's a perfect example.
And then Blavity covered it, and Shadow and Act. I think
Shadow and Act is really good. I don't think I've ever looked at them sideways.
These are all like either they're black owned, Blavity and Shadow Act, or Blavity actually owns Shadow and Act now.
Oh, okay. So that's what they've been.
Blavity's been doing real well for themselves. But Blavity is definitely black owned, and
they are.
Is very.
I don't know why you ain't, I'm just saying.
Like, holla at us, Blavity.
Just saying. Y'all got money.
Exactly. Just saying.
Blavity. Everybody in the Blavity that watches the show. I'm just saying.
Exactly.
You got money.
And so that's the idea. It's like we really got to stop giving people traffic, because sometimes I feel like Angela Bassett is a entertainment staple. I am highly suspicious, high key suspicious that this was done to troll Black Twitter, because that's exactly what happened on Black Twitter. They mistaked Angela Bassett for Omarosa. What's Omarosa's last name? We only know her by her first name. She's like,
it's probably like Anderson or something. I don't know.
Forget where
Omarosa Johnson or something. I don't know.
Exactly. But Omarosa, Trump's former henchman and troll, they mistaked Angela Bassett for her while she was at the Emmys. And this is like, people made it like a representation issue. It was even spoken, I think, about in the event we had yesterday, and I thought that was like a pretty fair take. But then when I really thought about it, I said, no, Angela Bassett's been in the business forever and a day.
Yep.
So either age is playing it, because a lot of writers, veteran journalists, are retiring, and maybe it's being taken over by young people who are not familiar with Angela Bassett.
Yeah.
And then you would need Black younger people, because we know who Angela Bassett is.
But still, they don't even look. This whole Black people look alike
thing is ridiculous, because they will take people, like, even when there are people who do look alike, they don't mistake those people. They may mistake the people who look nothing alike. But I think they're trolling for clicks and traffic. Yeah. And they're hoping you're going to go to their website to see what they said. And you don't have to do that. You can go to every other Black site, Black paper, Black outlet.
Definitely.
Because they're writing about it. And I think that's how we need to handle mainstream, mostly white outlets trolling Black Twitter and the Black populace for traffic. This is a thing, people. Like, they get it wrong on purpose, like,
because they know Black Twitter moves,
and makes all kinds of traffic, makes their analytics look real good.
Yep.
And we gotta stop allowing people to do that to us,
because they use that basically for their for their advertising.
Make money. Just realize,
look at how much
when you're dragging someone, as fun
as
dragging is, even when you're dragging, you're still adding to their analytics. They could literally go back and make revenue on that if they can find the right person who's into that. That's how all the hateful people on Twitter get on, and eventually blow up.
It's essentially outrage marketing,
right?
But just in the article form,
right? Exactly. And so it's sad that you have actual papers like trolling us for traffic, but that is what they're doing. Because I think I saw something. Yeah, it was the Hollywood Reporter that made me this. Like, I had already been suspicious.
Oh boy! When
I was already on Twitter doing big accounts, I was like, because I would literally tell people on my big accounts, like, "Yo, fam, don't do it. Let's subtweet this. Let's not go after it." Because I feel like they're trolling us on purpose. But I saw an article where I happened to watch. I knew it because I watched the video on their YouTube. And it was about animation, and they were talking, and then they got into diversity. The focus was not diversity. The focus was animation now. Okay. And then they went with this was the year Moana came out, and they were talking about how they were able to approach that. Being that many of them, you had a round table of just nothing but white dudes.
I remember this.
Exactly.
I remember.
Exactly.
Yeah. This was kind of big for a couple of days.
It was big for a couple of days, but it was a purpose troll, because I had seen the video, and they literally took what was probably a few minutes of an hour-long discussion, and that's why it's a transcript in the article instead of an actual clip of what was said. Because once you get the context of how it was being said and how it was presented, you would actually applaud their efforts. They were talking about how they look to their talent to guide them and how to write the script and stuff. The Rock was in it. I forget the actress who played Moana. Yeah, the young girl that actually sung it
and
sung and everything. Yeah. She's of Polynesian Pacific Islander industry, like background and culture. And so they went down to Tahiti. They were joking about how awful it was. They had to go to Tahiti and all these different islands to do the research because they wanted to get it right. They didn't want to offend anybody. They had the exact same conversation at a different period about Coco, but you didn't get any weird one because everybody got hip to the game. So, but what they did in this case, because it was Moana was before Coco, is that they sat there and took out the transcript and then gave it like the headline, like animators talk about diversity and gave you a picture of who was on the panel. It wasn't even the people from the panel because they had a woman in it.
It was smart how they did it.
And then they had like a transcript instead of any kind of clips. And people went, and I couldn't tell people. I'm like, no, I saw this video. They're trolling us. I could not tell people on my own Facebook. I couldn't tell nobody. They're like, no, they shouldn't. I was like, look,
because they got me. I was like, really? All these white dudes talking about diversity, and then when I watched, I watched the whole video,
right?
And the video started. I'm like, well, this isn't really about diversity. Right. I was like, well, when does this happen?
Right.
And I went back to the article. I was like, oh, it's like an hour in or whatever. Yeah, it's like 30 minutes in or something like that.
Something like that in the middle.
Yeah, and I was like,
nothing to do with the way it was presented. But that article blew up. I bet it had the best analytics on it. And they just was trolling us for life.
Yeah, and then whoever wrote that article is able to say, well, I had an article of traffic, that was traffic and shared, 50,000 times.
They rate and everything like that. So
and they know, because remember, clickbait titles aren't working anymore because people caught on to that. So now they're like, all right, but if I can get Black Twitter at least sort of mad, I can get that. It'll be the same as a clickbait title. Because clickbait titles, they don't work no more. People are like, all right, I see what you're trying to do.
And then I'm going to go to my outlet. I have outlets. I go to look at that. And then somebody reads it and says, look, I'm taking one for the team. I read this. I took screenshots.
Yeah.
And, people are coming. There used to be a site, but I think it got shut down, where you could take the link to something and it would display what's in it.
Okay.
And then that way they wouldn't get the click or anything. But it doesn't work anymore.
Yeah, I know what you were talking about, though.
Yeah. Somebody needs to bring that back because we need that because people are definitely trolling us. So yeah, that's what the subtweeting is all about because we have to. I'm gonna come back to the subject because it's really important because people are making money off of our pain, a lot of money, our outrage. And we're trying to share the information and trying to tell them why it's so wrong, and they don't care. They just want to make their money, so they don't mind stirring you up if it's going to get them the clicks and the shares and the analytics they need to make more money.
Yeah. So basically, it's they know it's hard for me to believe that you mistaked Angela Bassett for Omarosa when you're at a news agency. All you do is research and write stuff.
Right.
Like there's no way. Even if you Googled Angela Bassett, I don't even think if you Googled
why would Omarosa be at the Emmys?
Yeah, like
or well, they the pictures are what they got confused.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is like if you Googled Angela Bassett, I don't know how many pictures of Omarosa would show up. Probably
none. Well, now they will.
Well, now they will because they've been tied together. But
they had no links whatsoever.
Yeah, they had no links whatsoever.
I was like, that was the same thing with what happened on Sesame Street.
Yeah, which is something that I sort of want to subtweet this, but yeah, I guess look, just bottom line, this week Sesame Street was in the news. It was said
I didn't give the story any shine, so you're gonna have to tell me because I was like, nope. It's been a joke forever and a day.
It's been a joke forever that Bert and Ernie are gay. Alright, so, but even as kids, we never really cared. We were just like, it's Bert and Ernie.
It's an older joke too, because when I was younger, I was not even thinking like that.
Yeah, me neither.
And
none of us did.
I wasn't thinking like that.
None of us did.
We were just best friends. And then when you got older, you were like, his roommate.
Yeah, so one of is it the writer or the creator? I can't remember. I want to say the writer, one of the writers of Sesame Street, whatever, comes out and let us know in the chat. I think it's the writer that came out and said that. The guy who confused Lawrence Fishburne for Sam Jackson, he's actually here in Los Angeles. He works on KTLA. His name is Sam Rubin. Don't trust none of his news stuff because dude be straight slacking on his uptake. I'm just saying, KTLA, you need somebody to do movies for you, holla at your boy. I know the difference between Lawrence Fishburne and Samuel L. Jackson. Thank you. Now, so with Bert and Ernie, it was said that they were gay. They were a gay couple.
It's just a joke too. It's not even like nobody's even trying to give it all that.
Well, but the writer comes out and he's like, solved and I've put it in stone. And all of a sudden, everybody go crazy. I'm like, yo, Bert and Ernie is. When I saw it trending, I thought, oh, they're probably doing like a Bert and Ernie movie or something, something for Sesame Street. And I looked, I was like, they're gay. I was like, well, I guess that's kind of been a joke forever. But I was like, but then I was like, oh, it's supposed to be like official, they're gay. And then Sesame Street was like, no, no, they're not. And then, people started getting this argument of, well, if
why
Muppets
can't
if Muppets don't have, or puppets don't have, gender or whatever, what about Miss Piggy and Kermit the Frog? And then, why is it okay for them and not okay for Bert and Ernie? Me, I honestly don't care. You know what I'm saying? Like, I honestly don't care either way.
I'm good with the inside joke.
Yeah.
And we keep it pushing.
I don't care. But people really got mad on this. I don't need to give
orientation to Muppets.
We're in a bad place when people on the internet are mad about Bert and Ernie.
Right. They ain't even like the most popular Muppets.
It's like, Elmo, if Big Bird came out with a sex tape, then I'm like, oh, snap. Oh, snap. You heard it here first. That's right. Loungin.
We can report on the sex tape that Big Bird shot.
Yo. Straight up, you heard it here first. But this week, that was a thing.
Big Bird is living that street life. It's like Big Do something in here.
Max Evans said, Sesame Street Twitter reads, as we have always said, Bert and Ernie are best friends and do not have sexual orientations. Clearly, this is an abnormal agenda being pushed by the LGBTQIA.
Look, you can kick rocks about all this.
What is the IA? Let me know. What is the IAPT? IAPT
I'm not even gonna try to answer
plus
that
community
because I don't got any time for that kind of shenanigans.
Yeah,
you can kick rocks with that.
I
ain't even returning your fire
on
that.
All right, Max. I'll say this.
You did yourself.
She ain't gonna come in, but I'll say this, Max. I know there are agendas. I don't know if Bert and Ernie is there.
Agendas for equality. If that's an agenda, then so be it.
Yeah, I don't know.
Equality is the agenda. My guy.
This is important though. Sesame Street, kids see this, it plants a seed. But I don't think they've ever been played. I mean, they do, live together, but I don't think they've ever been played up as like, sexual or whatever like that. I don't think they've ever been played up like that. But I mean, it could be agenda. I don't think it's an agenda. But I mean, keep tabs on it for me, Max.
Let me say this.
Max, keep tabs on me. Let me know.
You want to say agenda, but now you sound like the whitest person I know, because isn't that exactly what white people say about black people? Trying to get equality, trying to get their rights, trying to get equity.
But I don't think Bert and Ernie are trying to get equity.
But what he said.
Oh, okay.
I'm talking about his comment, where we got an agenda when all queer people, gay people, whatever people are asking for is equality. You come out, you want special rights, you got an agenda. That's exactly what they tell black people all day, every day. Y'all want special rights. You mean I want to be equal to you and not have to put up with a whole bunch of bullshit because of the color of my skin? Then yes.
She said then yes.
Yes.
Now, and I know before y'all come with that smoke, we are not equating gayness to blackness. We are saying there are similar through lines, but yes, I understand there's a difference, or I don't guess gayness is a term, homosexual, whatever. You know what I mean. But we know they're not exactly the same. But what we're saying is that there are similar themes.
There's no need for me for Bert and Ernie to have orientation. I'm good. I'm good.
I don't think it was
Sesame unnecessary.
Street. I don't think Sesame Street.
And maybe even slightly pandering. And let me tell you, many gay queer folks are not here for the pandering any other way. Black people don't like being pandered to, neither do we. So you can kick rocks with all that gender talk. So
hold up. Max says ignorance is bliss. Bert and Ernie, like I Love Lucy, slept in different beds, but we all know they were smashing unless you were as blissful as, say, a Marqueeda. Really, Max? You know what? We ain't even going there. See, Max? We ain't even going there.
I would say as a child, it didn't register as it doesn't. Yeah. I don't think when I wasn't thinking about sex watching Sesame Street.
Yeah.
I don't know how you get down at 9. But when I was 9, that was not on my.
Yeah. Like, I wasn't looking at Muppet like,
They getting at it. Ooh, I wonder what they doing. They going into the same room.
Oh,
I had sleepovers.
shit.
I don't know what your sleepovers were at like 9, 10, but that wasn't happening at mine.
My sleepovers at 9 were like we were playing like Nintendo,
right?
Nintendo, like Sega Genesis or something like that.
We got to eat pizza and popcorn and stay up late watching like cartoons.
Yeah,
or something.
that's it. We just
like,
stayed up super late, and we had to pause the video game all night because there wasn't no save.
Too real too early. It sounds like to me. It's like, oh my God, I didn't know, but I'm sorry.
So the last story is something that I think is
somebody mentioned they were saying, speaking of outrage, Twitter was upset that Sam Jackson got more words than Bree.
Oh yeah.
I like the trailer as it was. Why are we counting words?
Eon, you're right. I did see that. That's one of those things I saw and I was just like, like, all right. So the Captain Marvel trailer came out this week.
Liked it.
I enjoyed it. I thought it was really cool.
Great. I'm pretty excited to see the movie.
Yeah, and what really got me into it was the score. Like the score just had this adventure-y kind of, and I was like, wow, I'm excited about this just because of the music.
Right.
And people were mad because Nick Fury had more lines in the trailer than she did.
This is just the first trailer. I'm sure there's gonna be at least 2 more trailers.
And I mean, I don't know who's.
And the way it's crafted, though, it makes sense. I mean, I don't know.
Here's my thing.
Okay, what's your thing? I can't put my head around
this. Who is counting the words in the trailer to figure out if Nick Fury? You have to really. You know what, Max? No, that's an agenda. All right, someone who's sitting around counting the words in a trailer. That's an agenda. Dude, who has time? And are we even sure? Because I know she did like a lot of narration talking about her childhood and stuff. Because they showed her when she was a kid, when she fell down, an adult, when she was like in battle or something. Like, I just don't care. I didn't even think about it. I was just like, yo, this movie looks sweet. You know what I'm saying? We got space stuff.
They got dragged though. They got bought. I didn't keep up with it. I was like, I saw the trailer, but I didn't get into any drama. But they got bodied in the comments.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Yo, man. I don't really think it's a big deal. You know, I think the movie
excellent trailer.
Yeah.
If it was the other way around, I still wouldn't care. I just did not take any notice of how much people. I was like, this is a dope trailer.
And I guess I would have to.
I actually looked up. I saw the trailer and I started looking up stuff. I must have spent like a good hour after I saw the trailer looking up stuff on Captain Marvel.
Yo, because you have like
the Marquis of Death. Have you heard of this fool?
No.
I got sucked into a YouTube hole and comics. It was good though.
Because when it comes to Marvel in '90s. What I know about 90s and early 2000 Marvel deals mostly with X-Men and deals mostly with Avengers. So when it comes to like space stuff, I don't know as much. Not as much with Fantastic Four either. So I'm mostly X-Men Avengers guy. That's it. Outside of them, I'm kind of fuzzy on it. I'm not sure. And Black Panther. I read a lot of Black Panther, Reggie Hudlin's run in the early 2000s or whatever. But with her, I know about Photon, which is Monica Rambeau, so I know about her because she was tied in. She did some stuff with Black Panther or Luke Cage or something, and I remember they were involved with beating somebody up, whoever they had to stop. So I remember her, and then she was on what they call the Black Avengers or the A-Team when they changed. I think after Dark Reign or whatever. So there are times when I know about the original Captain Marvel, which was actually a black woman, but now then it became Carol Danvers and blah blah blah. But you don't see these same people. I need these same people to go do the transcript of all the Marvel trailers, because maybe I think that are they trying to make it seem like
no, we don't need people to do that.
Yeah, but I'm just saying it's like why?
Y'all doing too much.
Where did y'all have the time to?
I don't have that kind of time.
I watched the trailer multiple times, and the only thing I was like, "This is cool."
You to go do it, and then want to tell me about it.
Yeah,
I don't got that kind of time.
Yeah, maybe a chart or a graph or something. I don't know. Oh man, but yeah, it's. I think it's a non-story. I think it's people being mad because they ain't got nothing else to be mad for. The movie looks cool. I can't wait to see it. I think it's gonna be the bomb. Got young Nick Fury. Got Phil Coulson with the cool hair. You know what I'm saying? What else do you need, man? You got Carol Danvers punching an old lady in the face. Yes, it's most likely a Skrull, but if it's not, wouldn't that be sweet?
What?
Look, everybody know that old lady that's like, look, that old lady, she don't know how to let things go.
But
you just want to,
look,
but you don't do it. Don't
look.
keep your hands.
You don't hit grandma.
Yeah, just.
But I know I'm not that chick. I was taught to like you earn respect, like you initially give it, and then if they lose it, then they lost it. I don't care how old you is because there are old fools out there that can have this.
Get a little.
They can get cut with these verbals all day. I ain't gonna touch you, but I'm gonna give you these verbals, Granny.
just hold it in.
Respect has to go both ways. Because I'm a whole grown ass woman. Yeah. I just read it to people boy. They be doing so much and they want you to be grown and responsible but want to treat you all of 10. Like that's not gonna work. It's like the only reason I can do X, Y, and Z to you is because I'm an adult. Yeah. But then when it's convenient for you, you're gonna treat me like I'm 5. Okay.
Yeah, I'm old people stop it.
Yeah, stop it.
Old people that watch the show, you know what I'm saying? All old people
it's not the old people who watch the show. Yeah. They gotta tell they friends adjacent to do that. You tell somebody.
Watch the show.
Yeah, exactly. Tell them to watch the show and get hip to it. You know.
All right. So last story. This is a story in the hip hop community. You know, we all know this man.
It took 3 years, but he was doing the most.
Man, this man.
He was doing the most. He was dragging it out.
So Suge Knight finally pleads no contest. Could get up to 28 years.
He did. He got sentenced.
Oh, so he already got sentenced. Oh, see, when I read the story, he wasn't sentenced yet. So he's sentenced 28 years. 28 years. Suge Knight, who watches the show, let me speak to you real quick. 1, you know, dang. 2, stop driving over people. 3, you probably had this one coming. You know, I know there's people that depend on you. That's probably gonna suck. But you know, you made your bed. Now you need to go to sleep in that joint. I know there's a lot of people that probably feel like this is his just due, and I do. But I feel like it's so late. It's so late.
It's so late. I was like, because I just, but this is what you have to do when you were dealing with money and celebrity. I think, even though Suge Knight is far from the height of death row, and that was his claim to fame, he's really never had a legitimate fame on his own. It's always been notoriety, unfortunately. He's not a guy to praise or be excited about. Like, no. We literally talk about him because he injected himself into the West Coast rap scene when it was at its peak.
Yes.
And that's the only reason why we continue to talk about this dude.
Yes.
And like I was just reviewing what he was doing in court, and he was like, man, he deserved all 28 of those years.
Now check this.
He was like peekabooing and like smirking with the judge. Here
go Max Evans again. Max Evans says, free Suge. First thing, don't free Suge. Second thing, he says, see the video facts. Run up on me with a gun. It's me or you by any means. His reputation preceded him in court, and once again, another black man was judged by 10 and jury. Hold up.
And his behavior preceded him
Max,
in court too.
Max, the gloves are off. All right.
What are you gonna do?
Max, bring it in.
Your friend.
All right, Alan, everybody, tune in. But Max is for you. Suge Knight has been involved with gangster life and gangsterdom for years. He has terrorized people for years. He has used his imposing presence and his ties to the gangster community to be able to strike fear, to control, and to terrorize artists that were inside his label and outside his label.
I mean, he has such a
let's not act like this dude was living in a white picket fence baking cookies for the PTA.
Right.
All right, let's not do this. Come on, man. Come on, bruh. Really?
He ain't gonna
really?
come on.
Suge Knight? Free Suge? Now, there's a lot of brothers that need to be freed. Believe me, yes, they do. But Suge Knight is not one of them brothers.
He's one of them. He should have been in jail. That's the sad thing.
Suge Knight should have been in jail back in about 94, son. Like, why are you talking about now he need, like, Suge should have been in jail years and years ago.
He just keeps getting off. Like, he's conspiracy. He's been in I think he was conspiracy to like kill people with 2 other rappers.
Dude ran over somebody twice, man.
And then the thing in Las Vegas, you know, during the time, I think the first time that he like Tupac got arrested, and he got arrested for like, and they saw the video of him like leading people in, people, beating the shit out of people. I was like, nah. He supposedly hung Vanilla Ice out of a window.
Hung Vanilla Ice out the window. Like, look.
He was like, all he did is terrorize people.
Max.
You saw Straight Outta Compton. You didn't know.
Like,
in the what's her name? She was married to Suge. Michelle. The Lifetime Michelle story. Say the one thing they did agree on is how awful Suge was.
Yo, I just can't believe that we saying free Suge Knight. Like, Suge Knight going to jail should be something
people
that's
celebrating
like
it too. I'm looking it up. People are celebrating.
No, I ain't saying we need to be celebrating, but I'm just saying. Honestly, we do. Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
When you terrorize as many people as Suge has done.
Remember, dude just beat up people for no reason. Yeah.
There's people like some people walked away from death row is he was behind producers getting beat in the studio.
Just because
at death row was toxic. Why you think? No, Dr. Dre left.
Listen
he
to
left everything. He gave up the masters.
Rest in peace to Nate Dogg. He would tell stories of how dudes would have to come into the studio with guns because you never knew what was going to go down because of the tone that Suge Knight set. He set the tone.
Right.
Like, so, Max. You're killing me today, man.
Max doesn't care.
Now he said if Katt Williams killed Wanda's husband, who also brandished the gun on him, people would be speaking a different tune. Where's the justice? All right, we'll go with this.
What's up with that switch up this goalpost move?
He tried to go. He tried to goalpost us on it.
He goalposted hard. Oh my god.
Katt Williams is not equal to Suge Knight. Katt Williams made fun of this man's wife. She went home and, said something, or maybe he saw the video, he didn't like it, he showed up with the gun.
It doesn't make it right and wrong. It does not make it right what he did.
Yeah,
if he get arrested for doing it, hey, dude, make better life choices.
Yeah, that was
Nobody's defending that.
But Suge Knight?
But that goalpost, what the hell they got to do with Suge Knight?
Suge Knight?
You tell me how those two connect, 'cause I need to know.
Suge Knight need to be in jail. I'm glad Suge Knight in jail. Thank God. It's too late.
Now it's only 28 years. So don't
what Suge gonna do? What you gonna do? What you gonna do, Suge? Suge watches the show. What you gonna do? What you gonna do, Suge? You in jail.
He from Virginia. He don't know better.
Yo, look, Suge. Hey. Stay your butt in jail. All right. I got my eyes on you.
Don't let him get on some early release.
Yo, look, 9-1. All right.
What happened to the show? I don't know. Mike was just like, ghosted me.
Yo, I was waiting for the show to come on. Mike never showed up. Then you gonna see me coming live from Death Row Studios. I just like to say I'm sorry.
From a different country.
I'd like to say I'm sorry to Mr. Knight. I just want to apologize to everybody. Ain't nobody worry about Suge Knight. Go to jail. Should have been in jail. It's your fault.
You really should have.
Yeah, all your fault. I ain't trying to hear no black man. No, this ain't got nothing to do with black. No, this is a person who was bad and is going to jail for being bad.
Exactly. And I was like, I hate when people hit me with that because there's so many people where that applies, where it is a case of them being black and not having the resources. But Suge Knight's been winning for like 20 years. Literally been winning because he's got the cash flow and the connects to stay winning.
Max said they're connected because self-defense is something that everyone has a right to. Field goal is good.
That's a stretch.
All right, now hold on. You stretching hard.
I hope you
Here's why there's a stretch. One, he used you're saying that the guy pulled a gun on him. He got in the car, could have left. He ran over him not once, but 2 times. That's not. It's not self-defense no more.
Exactly.
It's vehicular manslaughter.
Well, we appreciate that you stretched before you made that.
He was like
cosmic reach.
Yo, you can't. Yo,
Mr. Plastic.
Yeah, you straight did that. Like, man,
you super flexible.
Yo, Suge Knight, that was not self-defense. He ran over the dude twice, man. It's not. It's vehicular manslaughter. That's it. It's a slam dunk case.
And that's actually what you read it. That's what caught him up. It's like, okay, so you ran over once because you fearing for your life. What was the second one about? He couldn't defend that part.
Yeah, he tried to say his eyesight
was the reason. And then it's like, well, why are you driving a car?
Why are you driving the car if your eyes so bad?
You know. So.
Yo, look, ain't no one trying to hear that. Look, man. Oh, Hassan says he had the ability to leave, which makes it involuntary.
That's what we're saying. Like, dude could have left, so it's not self-defense in the least, man.
Yeah, ain't no self-defense.
Take that L.
Suge Knight has never been in dire straits, or he's never been in a situation like, oh, I gotta defend myself. That dude has been aggressive and on the offense at least since we as a wide public has known him. Let's be for real, man. Max, we gotta do this. Gotta do this.
We got
on the Suge Knight story.
Mike says Max comes here with time every Sunday.
Max be having time.
Every Sunday. And sometimes during the week.
Yeah, because we be getting your tweets.
Exactly.
Yo.
He got time.
Oh, boy. Look, all right, so with all that said, Suge Knight is going to jail for 28 years. He ain't coming back. It's essentially...
He said he's like a rap supervillain. Yes, that's exactly what he is.
Suge. He was in court like blowing kisses and winking at people.
At the judge, no less.
Yeah,
at the judge. I was like, dude,
you can't tell me there ain't some Lex Luthor status.
Yeah,
like, come on, man.
I feel Keith on that. I feel totally because. Like, even when they got him, he was like mad jokerish.
Yeah, he was like, come on, man.
You won't be able to keep me. King Kong ain't got nothing.
King Kong, I'm putting all y'all in Pelican Bay. Y'all gonna be in Pelican Bay. That's all I know about that movie is that, one, you gonna be in Pelican Bay. Alright, and like all y'all King Kong ain't got nothing on me. That's it. That's all I know about that movie. Oh, and then like Dr. Dre was in it. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Dr. Dre was in it. They stole some money. Killed a dude. That's it. Don't kill people if you're a cop. All right?
Yeah, don't do it.
Just don't do it.
Don't do it.
It's a movie, man. It's bad. So
it's never gonna work out for you.
It's never gonna work out.
Real life is different.
Real life is different. Real life, you can go into an apartment of someone who's asleep, wake them up, shoot them, and somehow are not in jail.
And there's protesters that have spent more time in jail than the cop who shot the guy.
Yo, I still want. We're gonna have to do a segment on that because I
have to come back
because I'm waiting to see what I'm waiting to see what happens with that because I find out this dude is like this dude works at the school. He's at the church. He sings in the choir. Like he's like the most clean guy ever.
The cop is why they're like we're willing to risk it all, the reputation of our department, everything to save this one person who's clearly guilty. I don't understand.
Mad guilty.
Like who is she? Who is she?
We'll find out. We'll find out on that. Once we get the whole story, because I'm waiting.
It's really hard to get information on her.
Yeah, because it's been real hush on her. Like, real hush.
And you know, and then they look like they already did that internet scrub.
Yeah, because it's like, I'm like, come on now.
Yeah, I don't know.
Girl, she ain't got no Facebook, she ain't got no Instagram, she ain't got no Twitter, she ain't got nothing.
I don't know who daughter this is. I don't know what connection she had, but something's going on because it don't sound right. But anyway.
Man. So, guys, thank you. Max, we love you too. Crazy, but we love you anyway. You know what I'm saying? So,
crazy squirrel.
Before we bounce, to my left, I am joined by
Marqueeda LaStar.
All right, and where can they find you?
At LaStar.net, everywhere that you are on the internet.
That's right. And me, NERDSoul, NERDSoul. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure to hit that thumbs up. If you hit that thumbs down, it's cool. I'm going to just tell Suge about it. And, of course, Remember, you can holler at me at ThatNERDSoul all over Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Let's chat and talk about the things going on during the week. And before I bounce, this is from us to you saying thanks for watching, and of course, peace.
Peace.
Yo, Suge, he ain't. Yo, don't free Suge, all right? Unfree Suge. Peace.